Good evening, everybody. Welcome to our 5th grade concert. We are so excited to see so many families and caregivers in the audience and so many students on stage. We have just had a wonderful time making music with our 5th graders this fall, and we're so excited to share what we've learned with you. Just a few reminders before we get started. After your student is done performing, if your student is in band or orchestra and not chorus and you're going to leave, if you could just meet them by the gym doors that you walked in next to, that would be really helpful for us for crowd control. And if we can just make sure to be as respectful as possible. We have a lot of folks here tonight, so if we can just be a really respectful audience and be quiet while the students are performing, that would be much appreciated. So we are just thrilled to be here this evening, and please join me in welcoming our 5th grade band under the direction of Miss Greenleaf.
Along with my co-teacher, Ms. Ahern. And we are super glad you could make it tonight. Thank you so much for cramming in this small auditorium so that you can check out our concert tonight. We're really excited to be here, and we've done so much work over the last few months learning how to make music out of these pieces of plastic and metal you see back here. And one thing I love to do in our first concert is kind of introduce you to the instruments of the band and let you know about how our class works as we go. So hope you don't mind me chatting just a little bit, but I'd like to introduce you to the instruments in the band. So the first instrument I'd like to introduce you to is the flute. Thank you. The flute, surprisingly, is actually a woodwind instrument, even though it's made out of metal. The old flutes were made out of wood when they were originally invented, but now metal flutes are a little more durable and much louder, which we love, because we love to hear the sound of our flute section. Our next instrument in the band is the clarinet. Thank you. The clarinet is also a woodwind instrument. It uses a wooden reed to make the sound. And the clarinet is a unique instrument because it can play very low but also very high. For such a small instrument, that is kind of a unique trait that the clarinet has. Thank you, clarinet friends. The next instrument, thank you, and the last instrument of what we would call the woodwind family is the saxophone. Much like the flute, the saxophone is made out of metal, but similar to the clarinet, it uses a wooden reed to produce the sound, which is why it is part of the woodwind family. The next family of instruments is called the brass family, and the brass family of instruments are used by buzzing your lips together behind a mouthpiece and to produce a sound. The first instrument of the brass family I'd like to show you is the trumpet. The A trumpet is the smallest of our brass instruments, so therefore it speaks the highest. And even though it only has 3 buttons, the trumpet has many notes you can play by kind of manipulating your airstream and the way your face works to produce different sounds. So that's a unique trait for brass instruments. The next brass instrument I'd like to show you is the trombone. The trombone is a very unique instrument. It is the only instrument in the winged family that does not have buttons, but has something called a slide. Will you show them your slide? Ooh, so slidey. And a slide on a trombone creates kind of a different sound, and it makes the notes come out in like a sort of a smooshy fashion. So when we're practicing the trombone, our arm is actually doing a lot of work. So thank you, trombone friends. All right, only one more for the brass family. I appreciate you being patient. And it is the baritone. Oh, yeah. Excellent, thank you. The baritone is the biggest of the brass family we have here today in the 5th grade band. It is a similar sound to the trombone, but much like the trumpet, has some buttons. And it's so big, you have to kind of let it sit on your lap when you play. And we're super lucky to have Mackenzie playing the baritone with us, so thank you so much. All right, only one more. Thanks for being patient. We have one more family of instruments in the band, and it's called the percussion family. Thank you. Our percussionists are all playing mallet instruments to begin with. So they're playing like basically what you would know as like a xylophone or a bell set or a glockenspiel. Most of our students are using metal bell sets, but xylophones come in a variety of different materials like wood and fiberglass, which the students get to experiment with in the band room. Okay, so why am I bothering telling you this? I know, that's what you're thinking. We're going to play a song for you that's going to show you each section of the band. And it's called Listen to Our Sections, and allows each group of students to have sort of a solo measure to show off their instruments and their qualities of sound. So thank you for being patient, and we hope you enjoyed. Listen to Our Section. Awesome. Hi, everyone. My name is Ahern. I co-teach 5th grade band along with Miss Greenlee. And before we play our next song called London Bridge, I just wanted to give you a cool little introduction to it. In London Bridge, students are introduced to something called harmony. In all of the songs we played so far, although sometimes we hear different sections one at a time, students are all playing the same part. In London Bridge, students are playing at the same time but playing different notes. And it's just an added challenge. So listen out for the harmony in London Bridge.
Awesome, and before we play our next two songs, I just wanted to introduce them. Well, we get to play a little bit of holiday music, 'tis the season, in the band room. So you're gonna hear two different selections that celebrates some different holidays that we celebrate around this time. So please enjoy Jingle Bells.
The use of a new rhythm called eighth notes, where we start to learn how to play a little bit faster notes and faster sounds. I just wanted to point out while you're listening, there are about 108 students in the 5th grade band. So one of the challenges of our class is not only learning how to play a complicated instrument, but also playing together. And I have to say, if I do say so myself, they're doing a very good job of playing together, don't you think? Thank you. It takes a lot of effort trying to do what you have to do to be part of the team. And Ms. Hussey and I are just so impressed with how well our 5th grade students are doing in music class. And we're going to show it off some more with our last couple of songs. Our next one called Skip to My Lou.
Get some of the wind.
For our next song, we'll be playing a tune called Frere Jacques. What's really so cool and interesting about this tune is that we'll be playing it in what we call a round. So in just a moment, we're going to determine who in the band is going to start first, but basically we're going to have one half of the band start the song, and then the other half is going to start the song just a couple measures later, which is just another example of kind of this challenge that we present to students with some of our music. So let's figure this out right now and do it kind of on the spot, impress the crowd. Let's do group 1, group 2, all right.
that was a piece called Hard Rock Blues. And we are so fortunate here at the Foxborough Public Schools, and especially at the Ahern Middle School, to have multiple music teachers available. And I just want to do a quick shout out to Mr. Glynn in the back, who was playing drum set with us. So thanks, Mr. Glynn. You might see him later with our 5th grade orchestra, but we're so lucky to have so many team members that we can kind of switch around and help each other out. We truly are a big family here in the music department, and we just want to thank you so much for supporting music in the town of Foxborough. I grew up in this town. I was on this stage in 5th grade playing the clarinet, and I can't tell you how much it improved my quality of life and honestly changed my life for the better. So thank you so much, parents and community members, for supporting the music program here in town. We have one more song for you, but it's definitely a personal favorite, and if you feel like clapping along, it's highly encouraged to have some audience participation for our last song, which is a medley of 2 very popular Queen songs, We Will Rock You and Another One Bites the Dust. I want to remind you that you can meet your students down towards the gym as soon as they're dismissed. If you're in chorus, you may stay here and check out the orchestra and chorus after us. Thanks again, and this is our final song, Power Rock.
Thank you so much for your patience during our transition between band and orchestra. We're gonna resume the concert with our
Okay, thank you.
5th grade orchestra. So I realized I did not introduce myself to you at the beginning of the concert. My name is Mr. Sawyer, and I'm the music department head for the Foxborough Public Schools, and I teach orchestra here at the Ahern Middle School and at Foxborough High School. And we are so excited to have our 5th grade orchestra on stage. I co-teach this class with Mr. Glynn, who you will see in a few moments, conducting as well. And we're going to get started. The first few songs we're going to play are going to be pizzicato, which is a fancy way of saying we're going to pluck our strings. That's the way that we start in orchestra, and after we do those songs, you'll hear about 4 songs with pizzicato. Then we will start to use our bow. I'll talk about that more about that in a moment. Just a reminder, if we could please be quiet and be a respectful audience for the students on stage, that would be much appreciated. Thank you. So you heard in the band, you learned a little bit about the different families of instruments. The band has 3 different families of instruments: woodwinds, brass, and percussion. In the orchestra, we have 4 different instruments, but they're all in the same family of instruments. They're all string instruments. So to your left, my right, we have violins. We can hold up our instruments. Violins, let's hold up our violins. And kind of in this center section of the orchestra, we've got the violas. Let's hold up our violas. The viola is very, very similar to the violin. It's got strings that are a little bit lower, and it's got a little bit richer sound, but it's a really similar instrument to the violin. And I don't want you to hold this instrument up because I'm a little worried what would happen. But to my right, your left, we've got our cello section. And that's the only instrument that you have to be seated to play. And the biggest instrument of the orchestra is the bass. And these are our bass players. So those are the 4 instruments of the orchestra. We have a really well balanced orchestra. I think we have just the right number of instruments in each section, and we're really hoping that all of these students will continue playing in future years. So everything you've heard so far has been pizzicato or plucked, and we're going to now transition to using our bow, which is really exciting. So our first song with the bow is Dreidel. We hope you enjoy it. over to my colleague, Mr. Glenn, who's going to conduct the next few songs. so much for being such a wonderful audience for our 5th grade orchestra. We're going to have another transition where we have our orchestra lead the stage, and we're going to reset for chorus. So just give us a few minutes, and we'll be right back with you with chorus.
Songs that 5th grade is so excited to share with you. I'm Miss Carmen, the chorus teacher, and I'm going to turn it over to Kira and Sarah. All right.
Hello, my name is Kira. And my name is Sarah. I like chorus because I love learning new songs and singing songs with my friend, and it's something enjoying and easy to learn. I like to learn harmony, and I also like singing with my friends, and I'm excited for all song for you called Storm. This is our favorite song, of course, because of the high energy and excited body passion. Thank you everybody who has supported us in making music this year. We are proud of what we have accomplished so far and look forward to another great concert in March. Choral Palooza.